Hey guys, it's Peyton, and today I'm going to be doing the Finally Fall book tag. This tag is just a bunch of fall themed questions that will give me some great book recommendations to give you. I honestly love book tags because boom, I get to have fun, you get to have fun, we get to have new books to explore, what's not to like, why are these not more popular. This tag was created by this creator right here, and I think their video is deleted, but if I can find it, I will link it down below. So let's get into the questions, why not? Question number 1. In fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. Now, the first book that came to mind at this is City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. Now, this is very, very vivid. The book is so complex. It's about this girl named Nari in, I believe, 18th century Cairo, Egypt. One day she finds out that she might actually have some magic in her blood, and this dude that she accidentally summons goes on a journey with her to take her to this magical city of Davabad, where she is supposed to be a magical healer. A really complicated story. Even trying to explain it to you is very difficult. The setting is unforgettable. There's so much detail in this book. It's an adult fantasy. It's a trilogy, and it follows two characters, Nari and Ali, in this book, and as the book goes on, it adds more POVs. It's just gorgeously written, and every description of literally everything is just a lot. Like, you get things. You understand where you're at because it's so, like I said, vivid. Wow, I'm like really good at explaining things. Question number 2. Nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. Now, I actually had a different book picked out for this at first, but the book I'm currently reading is so perfect for this question that I couldn't help but put it in here. And this book is Who I Was with Her by Nita Tyndall. And this book is depressing. I literally started it last night. I'm on page 104, but I already know it's probably going to be a 5-star read. I'm obsessed with it, and I will be having a reading vlog soon, or it might already be up, where I read this, so definitely look out for that. This is about a girl. She's a closeted bisexual girl in a small town North Carolina area, which literally me, I live in North Carolina. She has a girlfriend that she's secretly had for over a year, and she hasn't really told anybody about it because she just doesn't feel safe enough to do that currently. The girlfriend tragically gets in a car crash and dies, and it's really sad, and it's literally since page 1 that we know that this happens. She's dealing with the grief of this girl that she loved so much that people don't even know she had a connection to. All around her is people who are dealing with the grief that they have for this girl named Maggie openly, but they didn't even really know her that well. And over here we have our main character, Corinne. She is dying inside. Literally is destroyed by this and feels like she can't express it because no one knows about her connection to her, and if people do know, she feels like she'll be ruined. Wow, this book is so heavy. Like, I literally tears in my eyes the whole time while reading it so far, and I just feel like this is going to be such an important read for me personally and so many people. Corinne actually ends up connecting with one of Maggie's ex-girlfriends, so they both are feeling the grief of having their girlfriend or ex-girlfriend dead, and I think they're gonna connect and have a spark and maybe a little bit of a romance in the future as well. Question number 3. Fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. For this, I chose Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott. Actually, whoa, there's a lot of tabs in here. I didn't even remember that. But I actually read this for my senior project. I already wanted to read this book. This book is some instructions on writing and life. So it talks a lot about being an author. The woman that wrote this obviously is an author because she wrote this, but she's written a lot of fiction, and she really goes into lots of inspiration, how to write. It's not really a guidebook on how to write a book. It's just like how to get through it, like how to keep going. And it's a lot of great advice in here, and I highly recommend it. I had a really good time reading this book. It's a really good way to motivate yourself to write some more if you're an aspiring writer. Question number 4. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family / household / friend group that you'd like to be a part of. For me, that would have to be the crew in the Lunar Chronicles series by Marissa Meyer. The first book is Cinder, and And there's just so many adorable characters in here. It's fairy tale retellings. Each book is a different fairy tale, but it continues with the past characters that we learned in this one and builds up even more characters in each book. So this one is specifically a Cinderella retelling. The second one is Little Red Riding Hood. The third one is Rapunzel, and the last one is Snow White. And it's in a sci-fi setting, very futuristic. If you're scared of sci-fi books, literally these are the ones for you if you ever wanted to try sci-fi, because I didn't think I would ever be a sci-fi reader, and here I am. I read it and I loved it. I read it twice. I love the characters so much, their relationships, their banter, and how they've freaking become a bunch of criminals all together by accident. And it's just amazing. It has a lot to do with this evil queen, Queen Lavanna, who's really out to destroy the universe. She's the Queen of the Moon. One of the best villains I've ever read about, for real. Question number 5. The colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall-colored spines. So here we go. Here's some fall-colored spines. This was in the thumbnail if you've seen it. I chose Bookish and the Beast because it's orangey. A Gathering of Shadows. It's red on the spine, but like black on the cover. The Shadowhunters Codex. It's kind of brown, is the first one I saw. And then Daisy Jones and the Six has a nice orange spine. I feel like this gives off a nice fall vibe. I don't know about you. Question number 6. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. I don't actually own this book, but it's Far, Far Away by Tom McNeill. And from what I remember about this, I read it from my high school library and I really loved it. And I'm pretty sure the main character, I forgot his name, but he like sees a ghost of Jacob Grimm, you know, the Grimm brothers who've made a bunch of fairy tales. I'm pretty sure the narrator of this book is Jacob Grimm. If not, like, oops, but it's his ghost explaining the story of this boy, and it's mostly this boy and this girl in this sketchy ass town. There's a weird freaking bakery that makes these pastries that make green smoke come out of the chimneys, and something weird is going on with this bakery and this town. And that's all I can remember about it, but it's really weird and like spooky vibe and fairy tale-ish, and I enjoyed it so much when I read it a few years ago. I really wish I had a copy of it, and obviously I need to reread it because I barely remember anything. But I know it's good. Question number 7. The nights are getting darker. Share a dark and creepy read. The first book I always think of for something spooky is Misery by Stephen King. This is my favorite one that I've read from him so far, and this one's so good to me because it's more of a psychological impact more than like a paranormal, like spooky, like ghost thing. I really love psychological thrillers and things like that. And I feel like I would really love thriller books, but I just haven't dove into those yet for some reason. So if you have any recommendations, maybe I should ask you about them. But this is about a famous author, and I believe his name is Paul Sheldon, and one day he crashes his car. This woman finds him and he's really injured. He can't really move his legs, and instead of taking him to a hospital, she takes him back to her house, this cabin in like this mountainous area. I think it's just this very small town. You wouldn't find him in this house. Like, you would never know. She keeps him there, tends to him as his nurse, but this woman is crazy. She is his biggest fan. She has all of his books, but one day his new book comes out and he murders her favorite character, and she's not happy with him. She literally about to kill him. Oh my god, why did I just say a bad word again? This is the second video that I just slipped up for some reason. I'm so sorry. Family friendly channel. Who am I? But she is terrifying. There's obviously something mentally going on that's not right in the head. She's threatening him, trying to hurt him, wants him to rewrite the book. So that's what she tries to force him to do. You think not much could happen in this book because it's pretty much just Paul in a bed the whole book, but it's horrifying. You just can't stop turning the pages. You just want to know what's going to happen, and I highly recommend it. And I really like the movie as well. Question number 8. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. For this, I chose The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang. This is a graphic novel, and it's just such a sweet little story. It's pretty much all about this prince, Prince Sebastian. I'm pretty sure they're non-binary. For some reason they use he pronouns, but I'm just gonna use they pronouns just to make sure I do not mess anything up. Prince Sebastian really likes dresses and sometimes just really wants to freaking flaunt around in beautiful freaking designs. And they're terrified of their father knowing about this, and they're the king of France, I believe. And shit could go really wrong for Sebastian. Sebastian ends up hiring a dressmaker, and they make cute clothes together, and they go out at night and reveal it. I'm really trying to find a good picture of one of these dresses because they're just so pretty. Here's one of them, like literally so pretty. And they become like a fashion icon, and they're just end up living a double life as two different people. It ends up becoming like a conflict because of that. In the end, it's just such a sweet story. It's heartwarming, and it's really short because it's a graphic novel. I feel like a lot of people could enjoy this. Question number 9. Fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. For me, I really want to read Akatar, or A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas again. I read this years ago. I've never reread it. It's just a very fantasy story, a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Our main character, Feyre, ends up killing a fae who is like morphed into like a wolf or some sort of beast. She kills them knowing that they're a fae, and one day one of his buddies comes in and is like, yo, you can't do that, you need to come live with me. Pretty much kidnaps her. Ends up being a little bit of a love story, but ew, I don't really like that love story. We love the future love story. Yes, there's a love triangle. The romance in this trilogy is juicy, and I need to relive it at some point. And there's also going to be a new book coming out. It's not in this trilogy, it's like a new trilogy with different characters that we know from this series. I'm so excited about that one, though the cover that just got released is literally the ugliest thing I've ever seen. What a disgrace to humanity. I don't understand. Like, look at that. It's literally horrible. I don't think anybody likes it. I haven't seen one positive thing, and it'd be so nice if they redesigned the cover, but publishers don't give a shit what we think about. You know, they don't care if we like it or not. Whatever. They know it's Sarah J Maas. We're gonna buy it anyways. Like, I hate that. Like, freaking give us what we want and give us this type of design because it's so much better. I'm really hoping to get going and read the whole trilogy before February when the next one comes out. Question number 10. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. So pretty much it's a book, a blanket, some sweet tea, this chair. This chair is a really nice reading chair. I live for it. I don't really have anything else. I also need tabs and a bookmark. That's all I need in life, okay? And the final question, question number 11, spread the autumn appreciation and tag some people. I'm sure there's been a bunch of people doing this tag, but the two people that I'm going to tag is Brittany and Books and Pages of Haley. I hope y'all haven't done this yet. If you have, you know, ignore me. I would love to see you do it though. If you haven't, also do this tag anyways if I didn't tag you. Like, everybody's tagged. Do it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like it, comment down below, have a good day, please subscribe, make sure to follow all my social medias which are linked down below, and go click the bell button which is right by the subscribe button which you should have already clicked, and goodbye.